Vintage Fun Golf of America, we saw that. Dad Tax, we saw that. Italy Aesthetic, we saw that. Just a Dad, we saw it. Lamp, we saw it. Just Let Me Stim, we saw it. No One Knows You, we saw it. We saw all of these. So it's not 100%, but without the paid tool, we found a lot of what was on the paid tool. So I was asked in the comment section, can I show how to do manual research for trends? And I thought about it because I don't think I've ever seen a video showing how to do that. And I had to wonder myself, is doing it manually just as good as one of the apps? Y'all, I know what it's like not to be able to afford an app. So I said I have to make a video about this. Welcome to iScale POD. My name is Jose Quiles, and by the end of this video, you're going to know the answer to whether you could do trend chasing without paid apps. I could show you better than I could tell you, so let's go in. Now, in order to really understand how trend chasing works, I think it's going to be important to know the process. And this is why I want to show you this paid tool just for a second, so you can understand why people are paying for this and what exactly is it doing. So then you just repeat that process without the app, because all this information, once again, it all comes from Amazon. Remember, you don't have to trust anybody. All the information you will ever need is right in the Amazon website. So when you see all these apps like Merch Dominator, right? You got Merch Informer, you got Flying Research. They're all doing the same thing. What you see here in the seller trends section is just a bunch of Amazon listings, right? Now, this is not a live listing. We did not just search Amazon. What these apps do is they go on the Amazon website, they scrape all the information, and then they have that information, and then they present it to you on their app. When this means is that the scraping of this information has to happen before they can show it to you. Now, this is not happening in real time. I don't know how often they're doing this, but it's not happening every second, right? They scrape a bunch of results, and then they show it to you. And maybe it's once a day. So if somebody were to take a t-shirt and buy it right now as this minute while we're speaking, and then that t-shirt was to get a BSR in a few minutes, it's not going to be here. You understand? You will not see that here. You have to wait for the next time that this app scrapes those results, and then it will have that information. And they all do that. Now, Amazon's library is huge, millions of shirts. So when they scrape Amazon, they can't get everything, right? They all have what they're looking for, and then they'll get results of that. And this is the reason that you will see Merch Informer might have some results you won't see on Flying Research. Flying Research might have some results you won't see on Merch Dominator. But then there's some that they all do have. Okay, so when it comes to these paid apps, there's not really better or worse when it comes to the seller trends section. It's just, here's what they scraped and here's what they missed, right? And this is the reason that they can all look a little different sometimes. And at the end of the day, they're all doing the same thing. They're scraping Amazon, and they're getting two pieces of information, the date and the BSR. This is the most important info when we talk about trend chasing. Now, one thing that this one does different, and this is Merch Dominator. So what Merch Dominator does different is that they have a section that will search Amazon's website and get the information directly from Amazon. It's the only app that does it this way, and this does change things. So now you can do trend chasing with live results. So the minute something makes a sale and could possibly be a trend, you could find it in real time. Okay? So let's show you how that works, so then we can see what the process is. So all they do is they go to sorting, they go to newest, and then they hit Merch by Amazon search. So we're going to search that. It's going to open. It just did a search. You see there's over 80,000 results. Okay, it's just searching for new items and putting them in order from newest to oldest. So then we click on list view. All right, so what this is doing right here, I have 20. You don't really got to do more than that. So this is going through 20 pages of results, and it's going to search for trends. So what does that mean? It means that it's going to get out of those 20 pages, it's going to look most importantly at the BSR and the date it was uploaded. This will let you put things from those 20 pages in order with BSR or the upload date. And these are the things that constitute a trend. When something got uploaded recently and then sold fast. Now, this could be anywhere from 1 day to 2 weeks, or even the same day. Any of that around that range can constitute seeing if this could be a trend. All right. Now, when it comes to the BSR, what you're looking for is a lower BSR. The lower the BSR, the more likely it's a trend, because something could have sold 3 days ago, never sold again, and now the BSR could be somewhere in the 1,000 range. So you're like, okay, that did sell, but if it was a trend, it probably would have sold more than once. So it might be less likely that's an actual trend. Why would something sell right away? Maybe I'm making a shirt for my cousin. I say, hey, cousin, I'm going to make a shirt for you. It's on Amazon. Go buy it. Now, my cousin goes and buys the shirt. No one else is going to buy the shirt. But when people do see that, they'll upload anyway, just in case it's a trend. So now this got 20 pages. It's only in 11 pages right now, but I'll keep talking. So what this can do is we can put it in order from the date that it was published or by BSR. Right. So if you want to find the most recent ones, you're going to go on date published. And if you want to find the ones that sold the most, you're going to click on BSR. All right. So I put them in order from BSR. And as you can see, there's one as low as 26,000. When something's that low of a BSR, like if it's under 100, it's almost definitely a trend. Right. And I know for a fact dad tax is a trend. And look, the date that was published about 2 weeks ago. Today's the 30th of May. This was on the 15th. Okay, so you could put things in BSR order, and now you see another one just came up. Resist Trump, remove stubborn orange. That one is most likely a trend as well. Okay, not guaranteed, but most likely. You go in, you research more. Now, that's not what we're doing in this video, right? I'm not going to sit here and look at these. But what I want you to know, BSR is very important, but date published is as well. So let's put things on date published. And what that will tell you, like, let me see if I can find a trend before it gained traction. Now you want to look at the most recent date and see if there's a possibility there. Now that we know how this works, all right, what are we doing? We're looking for the newest seller and the BSR. So now let's close this and let's see, can we accomplish something similar without the app? The first thing that I'm going to do is go to merchresearch.net. This has been around for a long time since I can remember. This was the first greatest research tool. And if you haven't used it, it just means you basically don't have to type anything. Put the t-shirt, USA, and then we just hit search, and it's going to give us a complete list of what's selling on Amazon. So what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to turn off Merch Dominator. Unfortunately, Productive's a little slow for me, so I'm going to have to do a lot of editing while it catches up. Now, the first thing we want to do, remember, what are the two things we want to look at? Upload date and BSR. Can we do something with upload date here? Yes, we can. On featured, we have something called newest arrivals. So thankfully, Amazon says, you want to see the newest stuff? Here you go. We got it all set up for you. Just click here, and now we have the newest arrivals. I'm going to hit sales rank, and it's going to put them in order from sales rank. So here we can see right away on this page, there's only some that have already sold. And it seems to be that Taco Trump is the thing. Now, first of all, I was under the impression that Trump was no longer allowed. I don't know if these just got through, or maybe because it doesn't say President Trump. I don't know, right? But I know that I want to make sure this is allowed. So please make sure this is allowed before you do it. But I'm going to continue with the video because these are the results we got. So as you can see right here, May 28th, May 28th, May 28th, May 29th. Okay, so we can tell already that this is definitely something that's trending because we see 3 different designs and they all have a BSR and they all say Taco Trump. That right there is definitely a trend. Trump always chickens out. Once again, let me go to page 3. Over 3,000 results. Because it's trending, you can shoot your shot. Because what's going to happen is Amazon will give you a chance at that front page as soon as you upload it. And if you get that shot, maybe if you do something completely different, you can get something out of this. Now, one good idea to try to do is you go to ChatGPT, you say, hey, look, this is trending. And here's what the shirt looks like. Can we make a design that looks very different so that we can stand out amongst other people? AI is not just to help you look like everyone else. It can also make sure that you look completely different than everyone else if you just tell ChatGPT to do that. The first thing we find on page 1 was this new trend, which is the Taco Trump chickens out. So you can find a trend, but will you find an empty trend? I don't know. Let's keep going and go to page 2 and see if we could get some more sold shirts with BSRs on the second page. We don't have to touch newest arrivals because when we did it on page 1, it did it for all the results. So when we go to the next page, it's still putting things in order of when it was uploaded. Go by sales rank once again, and let's start looking. So here we have something with a pretty good BSR. It was uploaded 4 days ago. All right, let's check it out. So here we are. It says cute dog denim patchwork art t-shirt. Now, I'm not sure what to search for. Sometimes less is more. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to just do dog denim patchwork and see if that comes up at all. And sure enough, it does. So when you're not sure, use less amount of words if you want to look at the niche. Okay. So dog denim patchwork t-shirt. It's 495 results. Let's go into third page. And it's still 490 results. Okay. Maybe we're on to something here. So we hit the sales rank. Let's get stuff in order and see what we got. You see this one. It is selling. Right? We got 2, we got 3. This looks like a copycat, but it is a different shirt, so we're going to count it. this one as well, right? So what do we have here? We got a lot of sellers here. We got a lot of sellers, y'all. This is a trend, and we just found it without a paid tool. All right. So the answer, can you find trends without paid tools that are still worth getting into? I think you can. I think you can. And this is looking promising. I didn't pay for the tool. I went right in Amazon. I put newest arrivals, no paid tools. If we could just get that and just show the merch results, this would be way less results. And this would be something to get into right now. Let's keep going. This unashamed Phil Robertson. Now, I don't know if I've shown you this before, but I have a GPT called Phrase Investigator. And what this does is you just put in the phrase and it'll help you determine where it's coming from, why it's trending, any information you could get from it, right? So when I see something like this, Unashamed with Phil Robertson, I'm almost positive this is a trademark and I can't do it, but I just want to make sure, right? So I'm going to go in here, copy, paste, bang, bang, wait for it. It's going to tell us in 2 seconds. It refers to a podcast, all right? I don't know what the podcast is. I don't care. I'm not using it. This looks like it's somebody's intellectual property. I'm leaving this alone. No need to look further. Get it out your head. All right. June 14th, Obama still missed. I don't know what it means. So let's find out. Okay. So this means people are still missing Obama, I guess. So 191 results. Let's go to page 3. And we have 191 results. So this is definitely a real 191 results. Now let's see if it's an actual trend. Are there several of them that say it and they're being purchased? So the Miss Obama niche seems to be doing well in general. Just keep a note always. It doesn't always have to be one specific thing. Still my guy. That's an Obama, I Miss Obama niche. Okay. So remember, it doesn't have to be that one thing all the time. You could, see about this. Matter of fact, let's look this up real quick. Obama t-shirt, still my guy. Let's look at this. 126 results. Go to page 3. 126 results. Let's look at this. See, this is a thing. This is what you're not going to get out of a paid tool, right? We just did a search and we happen to say, well, what about this shirt? That was the best BSR on the page. So we got to investigate that, right? This could be a re-emerging trend, right? Maybe it was at some point got some traction, lost it. And now because this one thing is trending, this one people might start responding to it. So that's just a cool side note. Now, this obviously isn't trending like crazy and it's like, oh, you got to get in it. But the fact that someone did Still My Guy and it sold because the other thing is trending. So when something is trending, related t-shirts, you might have a shot there. See, this is another way to think. Think outside the box. The trending says Obama still missed, but Still My Guy. You could keyword it with the still missed and Still My Guy can come up. Now, someone's kind of still looking for that. Like, I was looking for Obama still missed, but this has the same message. You can now just say, let me upload that while everyone's fighting over the other stuff. If you're going to do a design that says, I miss Obama or Obama still missed, maybe make one that also says Obama still my guy. Okay? Scale. Don't think about just doing one thing. Think about how you could do more things, upload them with similar keywords. Now you have more chances of making a sale in this trend. Let's go back to the original. So now you see Obama still missed is selling, and over here it's selling again. Okay, what do we have? Another one right here, also sold May 26th. This is not a super viral trend, but it does constitute as a trend. And how did we find it? Just through the regular search using Amazon's function of newest arrivals and Productor's BSR function, completely free. See how this works? This is good. All right, let's keep going. What else can we find here? Polway Polo Club. Okay, I already could tell that's, anytime you see something with a city in it, that's something somebody uploaded. Remember, it's not a trend. It means somebody's using merch by Amazon in order to get shirts for their club in their town or wherever. Jesus Praising Plant Lady. Let's check this one out. 134 results. Go to page 3. 134 results. It's real. Let's go back to page 1. I had to switch to Merch Dominator. Productor just doesn't work for me for some reason. Unfortunately, it decides when it wants to work and when it doesn't. So you don't need Merch Dominator if Productor works for you. Right now, it's the reason I bought it is because Productor doesn't work for me and I like to see my BSRs. I see this one. This is the original one we saw. It has a 470 BSR, right? So as we look, now we got to see, is there another one that has sold? And so far, it's not looking good. I don't see another Jesus Praising Plant Lady, okay, anywhere. The next Jesus Praising Plant Lady does not have any sales. Okay, now you're going to see a few of these, right? Jesus praising plant lady. Now, what happened here is the trend chasers saw that it sold and decided, well, we don't know if it's trend or not. But what they do is they go in as early as they can. They're not going to worry whether it's actually a trend or not. They're just going to upload another design because that's what they do. And they're going to do it fast and they're not going to worry about it after. Maybe it will sell, maybe it won't, but it's part of the process and you got to try everything. So as you can see, a whole bunch of other ones that say Jesus praising plant lady have been uploaded, but none of them have sold. And they were uploaded 2 days ago, as opposed to this one that was uploaded on May 26th. And 4 days later, there has not been another sale. In my opinion, this is most likely a one-off. It could have been, once again, I could have made a shirt for my cousin, had my cousin buy it. It's not a trend, or it could be luck. I can't tell you how many times I uploaded something. It sold right away, either that day or the next, and it's exciting, and it never, ever, ever, ever sells again. So that's another thing that happens too. Just because something's so fast, it doesn't constitute a trend yet. Now, if you want to get in there early and see if it does, you make the design anyway. And that's how trend chasing works. It could be a flop. You know it could be, but you try anyway. If you're a trend chaser, that's what you do. So this one is not a trend. Let's move on. All right, so no one owes you ish. Work harder. Owes you anything. Work harder. Okay, let's see if it's the same. So I'm always curious when we have something like that. So no one owes you anything. Work harder. Sure. We have 178 results and we still have 177. Good to go there. No one owes you anything. Work harder. Where is it? I don't see it. I don't see it anywhere. So did we just accidentally find something that doesn't have anything? It's in the search auto suggest, and yet it's nowhere to be found on the results. It says similar things. No one cares, work harder, right? But no one actually has the exact phrase. I mean, come on, y'all. To me, just make a shirt that says that. It's not here. It's not anywhere, right? So when you look at other things, it's helpful because sometimes you find something. I didn't know I was going to find this. And look, we got 178 results and none of them say what's on the auto suggest list. People search for that and they're not finding what they want. So they're probably getting the other one that has sugar honey iced tea on it, right? So now let's look up that. Let's just keep going and go right into no one owes you. And let's go with the profanity one. 53 results. So this is the main one we saw. We know that that was uploaded on May 27th and it has a BSR. And let's keep going. I don't see other ones that sold. That one says it did not sell. This one was uploaded on May 27th, 3 days later, and none of the other things that say that have sold. Hog Wild Jesus. Let's go in. So it's in the auto suggest. Let's see what happens. 75 results. Boom. Everyone just went and made the same thing on AI, uploaded May 27th, and none of the other ones on this page that have sold are the same thing. So that was 3 days ago. It was uploaded. And yes, Hog Wild. Okay. And as you can see, when we get to the non-sellers, we already have the trend chasers in here trying to get it done. Unfortunately, this one did not look like it's going to stick. Did not look like a trend. So you see all these people here. Can't blame them for trying. May 26th, Boho Retro Christian, walking by faith, tripping constantly. 151. Let's go to page 3. Over 1,000. Is it trending though? Let's find out. And here we see 220 BSR. Very simple design, selling. Another very simple text-based, selling. Text-based, selling. Text-based, selling, selling, selling. This is trending. All right. It has 1,000, yes, but it also has opportunity, in my opinion. Like, there's evergreen niches that have about 1,000 I get into. Now, remember, because it is trending now, you do have a slightly higher chance than if this was an evergreen niche that didn't have all these BSRs right on the front page like this. So you look at this whole first page and look when they were uploaded, May 25th, May 24th. There is opportunity. All right, so walking by faith, tripping constantly. I know it's crowded, but I see it selling. This is what trend chasers do, okay? If you're a trend chaser, you go after it. It's a bad day to be a lamb chop. 54 results. Woo. What about the sales? So we got 1, we got 2, and none of the other ones have sold yet. I'm not sure what happened here, but I'm not convinced that this is trending. Not at all. Let's move on. Dad tax, making sure it's not poison. Definitely not 220. Right? Over 1,000. So this one has an extremely low BSR And when you go to the front page, this one is 100% very active trend right now. It has about over 1,000. If you're a trend chaser, that's not going to deter you because this is consistently selling every single day, multiple times a day. So when you're a trend chaser, you get into these. That tax, making sure it's not poison. Let's keep it moving. Death to tyrants. I'm not sure how safe that is, even though it's saying death to tyrants, which is supposed to be bad. I'm not sure I would want to do something that says death to anybody because I'm very careful when it comes to stuff like that. This might be from an old cartoon. I'm not feeling safe about this. Sorry, y'all, I'm Xing that one. All right, I'm not like other girls. I have anxiety and get really mean when I'm overstimulated. We got a long one here. It was uploaded May 27th. All right, 383, 383. Okay, so we got multiple sales here. 26 looks like it recently sold. Another different version also sold. I'm not like other girls also sold. Okay, so what do we have here? 384 results. All right, you know what? It's not going crazy, but it has been selling. So if you're a trend chaser, you're definitely gonna try this one, right? 993, it's selling. We're doing this without paid tools, right? Spread my flaps, smell the ocean. We're on the auto suggest list, 149 results. Page 3, we're on 150, good to go. Sold. Second one, sold. Third one, sold. Fourth one, sold. Fifth one, sold. All look, this one was uploaded as old as a month ago, April 26th, right? Which one were these uploaded? These were all uploaded in April, right? And May. So this is like a re-emerging trend, maybe even an evergreen, not super viral, but very constant in the sellers. So this is actually a pretty good one, if you ask me. It's not a super viral, but look, it's a trend. People are buying it daily. Sometimes when I don't know where something's from, I get a little worried. I come in here in my phrase investigator. I check it out. It's going to let me know, and it's all good. It's an expression that's gained popularity, origins. It talks about Etsy. This is on multiple shirts, trademark. There's no evidence to suggest it. All right, I feel a little better now. This is a trend. Full strawberry moon allows room for luck, love, and prosperity. June 11th, 246 results. When we put t-shirt, let's go to page 3 real quick. 245 results. All right, so this one's strawberry full moon t-shirt. It's not a lot of results. We got the original 999, and I got a feeling we are not talking about a trend here. Yeah, so the other people, the trend chasers, put it up since yesterday and no sales. Not a trend. Hang in there, it gets worse. 148, I got a feeling it's more than this. So over 1,000. This one doesn't feel very promising to me. Evergreen one, maybe. You know, this at my point feels like more of an evergreen thing at this point. You know, get in it or don't. It's over 1,000. Probably not something I'm gonna put on the list. All right, so on this page, that's actually all that's selling on page 2. Now we could keep going, right? I mean, look, a couple of these I think were 1,000, but are we finding stuff without paid apps? I think we are. Let's try page 3, see if we could keep going. Now, obviously, this takes time, as you can see, but it's not horrible. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world. You can do this, wake up in the morning and do this and see what's going on, right? I mean, it is doable. Now we on page 3 and we see some of the same stuff we already seen. They not like us. We already know we can't do that one. Schools out forever, retirement 2025. Let's check that one out. We got over 3,000 results. It is a trend, no doubt about it. It's also a crowded trend. This one's up to you. It is selling, y'all. Look at this. First page, seller, seller, sell, 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 sell. They're all selling. So it is a trend, but it's also a crowded trend, but a trend nonetheless that we did find without a paid tool. Whether you get into it or not, that's up to you. All right. So we're finding trends. Some are crowded, some are not without paid tools. Fueled by caffeine plus rage. Okay, so over 1,000. Not the worst thing in the world, but let's look at what's going on. None of them are sold. Let me see. None of them are sold. This one recently sold, and it was uploaded May 25th. That's the only one that says that actually sold. This seems like an older trend. I don't know why that and a tank top could have been the same person. And look what you have here. I think we're gonna have 3 pages of trend chasers thinking this is gonna be a trend. I don't think they're gonna find any luck on this one. Moving on. Just let me stem, bro. 863 results. Let's go to our beloved page 3, 6,000. Next. What the Halley? Not doing it. I could just feel it, the wrongness. I feel the evilness. God forbid a dad has hobbies. Let's see what's going on here. 796 results. All right, not too crowded. Is it going to stay at that number? 795. Let's see how the sales are going. So two of them sold. One was uploaded one day, the one the next. Now, as you can see, they just did an AI copy, it seems. And now we got a bunch more. That was on the 25th. It's 5 days later, and none of these copies have sold. Not a trend. I am not the nice sister. I'll fight you. 225 results, page 3, over 1,000. And is it a trend at the moment? All right, May 25th, May 24th, May 22nd, sold, 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 sold. It looks like it's a consistent seller, right? Uploaded recently, so there is a chance here. If you're a trend chaser, you're going to try this one too. Boom. Bro, this year was golden, no cap. 635 results. Let's just give it a quick page 3 check. 635 results. Let's go back to page 1. Let's see what our sales are looking like. We got the top one, amazing BSR, right? BSR selling, amazing BSR. Oh man, no joke. This one is 100% trending. Plenty of them are selling. If you're a trend chaser, you're going to try this one. Rejecting Kings since 1776. Let's see if that is from a trend. So we have over 1,000. All right, so the BSRs aren't viral type BSRs, but it looks like it's definitely actively selling. Nothing under 100, but we have plenty of active sellers with uploads from 2 weeks to as much as a month ago. And it is consistently selling. All right. So if you're a trend chaser and this is what you do, you're probably going to get in this one. 1776. So this is page 3. So in 3 pages, we found 10 trends and we didn't use the paid tool to do it. Will I find these trends with the paid tool? Let's find out. All right, so just to see, I put it on 3 pages because what we checked was 3 pages. Now look, let's compare our list to theirs and the things we saw. Funny Trump Traco, we saw that. Yes, we did. Vintage Fun Golf of America, we saw that. Dad Tax, we saw that. Italy Aesthetic, we saw that. Just a Dad, we saw it. Lamp, we saw it. Just Let Me Stem, we saw it. No One Knows You, we saw it. We saw all of these. Look at this. Funny Old Guy, classic. I didn't see that one. Dalmatian Doodle, I don't think I saw that one, but we saw most of these. Look, Jesus Praising Plant Lady, we saw that. Walking by Faith, Trip, we saw that. A lot of these we saw. It's not exactly the same, but look how many that there are on here that we also saw. So it's not 100%, but without the paid tool, we found a lot of what was on the paid tool. If you're willing to just work a little longer and a little harder, you can achieve the same results that you could with a paid tool. So all this does is it puts it on in front of you and saves you the time. But if you don't have the money to spend on this stuff, you can get into almost all the same niches and get all the same information right here on the Amazon page. Dog pattern, denim patchwork, yes, pacers, bro, no cat. We found these and we didn't use the paid tool to find them. And yet the paid tool has pretty similar lists. So this goes to show you that even though there are paid tools that are very good and are worth paying for to save you all that time. Now, one thing that I will say, if I just want to give you my 2 cents, if you care, I'm not deterring you from doing this. I will never tell somebody that they shouldn't do something to better their life. Do what you have to do. I'm just giving you information about my experience. And I'm not saying I went after these aggressively. I didn't, but my jewels and gems that really changed my life came from social media. Trend chasing with Instagram and TikTok and Twitter or X. I feel like if you know how to find trends in those places, that's the stuff that you find a trend before it hits Amazon, and you can be one of the first to put it on Amazon. I remember some of the trends. That was Visco girls. It was a few years ago. And I went online. They were interested in scrunchies. I didn't understand it, but I did it. And I made a horrible looking design, but it had the elements that they love. And I had a viral t-shirt and it was not a pretty one. So Sometimes to really get this, instead of competing with everyone else, if this is getting anxiety or it's not working for you, go into social media and find trends before they happen. You won't be the only one doing it. This is a known strategy, but I just feel like don't just do this. If you really want to hit that trend, think about doing social media trends and bringing them to Amazon. I hope y'all got some value out of this, man. If you did, please like and subscribe and stay tuned for the free giveaway. All right, so today's giveaway has 468 images, all upscale, background removed. And of course, you got your axolotls and all the basic stuff that sells on merch. It's when I make these, oh, look at this sellability. That's called sellability. That will sell. So what happens with these, I usually sell one, and because it sells, then I'll go make variations of it. So I have sold this prompt before, and I think that you can upload any one of these and possibly get a sale. And that's why I give them to you. I'm not going to give you guys something that I don't think will sell. I mean, come on, look at that. Look at this giraffe. Come on, come on. That's selling. And then also I added, look, a pizza coming out of the box. Come on, these are all sellers. And just because I have these extra ones too, I'm going to get rid of these ramen noodle ones. Maybe you think the ramen noodle stuff is played out, but these have a little different grayscale style to it. So I figured, let me just give y'all these. I mean, we got everything in the world eating noodles. And we even got, I think I saw T-Rexes, dolphins. Look at dragons eating noodles. I mean, you could do stuff with this. Hopefully you get value out of this. And if you are signed up to the email list, this is already in your inbox. If not, sign up to the email list. There will never be any spam ever. Of course, you got to have the raccoons, right? Raccoons always sell. Like and subscribe if you got value out of this. And I hope to see y'all in the next one.